Wrong ones part ways, right ones find their way. The article I'm sharing with you today is titled On the Day of Divorce, Husband Proposed Living Together for One More Night. Divorce reveals character and true nature. Now let's listen together. Some say, after all, we once loved each other. When feelings fade, separation becomes inevitable. Isn't it better to part amicably and give each other dignity? Of course, that's ideal, but not everyone can achieve it. Between men and women, sweet words and romantic scenes count for nothing. Only on the day of divorce can you truly see a person's character and true nature clearly. On the day she prepared for divorce, Xiaomin's ex-husband acted arrogantly, refusing to compromise on property division. He was close to winning custody of their child. Just before entering the Civil Affairs Bureau, he made one final request to Xiaomin: be kind to me. After we finalize the divorce, spend one more night with me. The audacity of his request left Xiaomin stunned. This was the man she once shared a bed and promised to care for a lifetime. How could he become so unfamiliar and frightening? Over the years, Xiaomin had trusted him completely. The down payment for their house came from her in-laws. Her own family covered all the renovation costs before marriage. Even after marriage, the loan repayments appeared on his accounts, with his company responsible for household expenses. When it came to the property certificate, he cited ongoing loan repayments as a reason for delay. During their close relationship, she occasionally complained, and he would comfort her, saying they were one family, just a name change. I belong entirely to you. Can houses run away? With a grin, Xiaomin didn't take things too seriously. Until the day of divorce, when he stood up straight and said, "The house is my premarital property. I'm responsible for the postmarital repayments. You won't even get a toilet." Xiaomin knew she had been naive before. She didn't want to argue over property and only hoped the court would consider their young child's welfare, granting custody to the mother. The man vehemently demanded custody of the child, not out of love but to deny Xiaomin everything. On the day of divorce, Xiaomin was prepared to fight for custody, but the man unexpectedly stated he didn't want to remarry with a child and insisted on keeping all the money. There's a saying, nobility or baseness can be fully displayed in a marriage. A noble marriage is based on love itself, while a base one is based on everything except love. Marriage isn't inherently base, it's the people within it who lack character and humanity. Recently, news broke of a woman being beaten by her husband in front of the Civil Affairs Bureau, causing an uproar. In the video, she was clearly sitting on the road, her belongings scattered around after a heated argument. Looking further, the man kicked her back violently before running away, leaving the injured woman struggling to get up. Eventually, emergency services arrived and took her to the hospital. Such incidents aren't isolated. Last year, a woman lay injured on the road, covered in blood. Police later discovered her husband was responsible, threatening to kill her, just as they were about to divorce. He began beating her in the car, forcing him to jump out to save his life. Marriage is like a marathon. The start is easy, but many fail along the way. Few can finish in one go. Some stop halfway, quietly waiting without regrets or self-blame, doing their best. Others rush impatiently, forcing themselves, but with insufficient strength, watching others run ahead bitterly. Encountering such people in marriage, women must learn to protect themselves. These men lack humanity and desire not only wealth but to destroy you. Make decisive decisions and cut losses in time to avoid greater harm from rotten people and things. In short, such marriages aren't worth enduring. It's best to end them early. As Luhan said, marriage is a shell. We don't protect marriage, marriage protects us. How strong is this shell? Even if our marriage ends one day, it can still protect us. In an interview, Li Yapeng, who divorced Wang Fei years ago, talked about their marriage for the first time. For those who sincerely invest in marriage, deciding to divorce is difficult. Li Yapeng spent nearly half a year reaching an agreement with Wang Fei. After 8 years of marriage, Wang Fei said, "This life, our marital bond ends here." Take care, Li Yaping sighed, saying he wanted a family, but Wang Fei was destined to be a legend. In this program, he admitted feeling like a failure and not providing a complete family for their daughter. Fortunately, their daughter Lai Yan frequently makes headlines, and we can still see her growing up healthy. All this wouldn't have been possible without the love of both parents. Although they divorced, they never spoke ill of each other publicly. Wang Fei occasionally dines with Lai Yaping's mother, bringing joy to the elderly. They didn't miss important milestones in their child's growth. Abandoning resentment is the best way to solve disputes and create happiness. If you encounter a bad man, don't be afraid to leave early. If you meet a good man, whether fate is kind or not, there's no need for a scene. No matter who leaves, we should all live well. This concludes today's article sharing. Thank you for waiting. I hope you gain new insights every day.